What are the hottest sports cards of the week? I'm Coach Co. Welcome to Sports Cards Pro. And today we are going to dive into that exact question using the Sports Cards Pro app. We are going to go into sales, volume, data. Now, I should mention before this video starts, this is a premium feature. For just $6 a month, you get access to this feature and many other Sports Cards Pro features. However, just for being a part of today's stream, or today's video rather, you're going to get access to this feature absolutely for free. Let's dive into it. Sales volume data. We are going to go into basketball to start. The usual suspects are top of this list. We got Jordan, Kobe, Shaq is up there. I think that's just strictly volume, not necessarily because this card is hot. We're going to go into a Jordan card we have not featured here just yet, and that is Michael Jordan's number 4. 32 cards have sold. This is the 96 Fleer Decade of Excellence. 10 years after the 1986 Fleer, his rookie card, this card came out, and it seems like this card is trending upwards. As you can see over here, it was about $18.49 back in July. For whatever reason, there's a bit of a run-up on this card, and it's now $23.73. However, the all-time high for this card is much closer to $40, so it's got some ways to go before it gets back there. PSA 10 copies are $160. 9 5s, $88.89. 9s are $34. So something we talk about frequently on this channel is whether it's worth it to grade. And as you can see, an 8 is $30. A card from 1996 is almost 30 years old. Okay, the likelihood that you get a PSA 10 copy is very slim. Chances are it'll probably be a 7, 8, maybe even a 9, and it just doesn't, the math doesn't add up. Look at that, $23, $24 for an ungraded copy. You spend whatever you spend to get it graded. Let's say it's $15, best case scenario. I mean, you're still down $15 with a 7, $10 with an 8, right? So unless that card has some intrinsic value, is given to you by a friend, maybe a family member, or something that you just want to grade, doesn't matter about resale value, then in that case, numbers don't really matter. Right? But if you're talking about trying to be profitable from this transaction, it doesn't make sense to buy this card raw and attempt to grade it unless you know it's a 10. And even then, I mean, there's plenty of cards that I've sent in that are like, this is a 10, and they come back 9s. So there's really, if you're playing the grading game, it's risky, especially at this stage in where we're at in the sports card market with, I mean, a lot of mass-produced cards. We're going into baseball next. Baseball postseason's around the corner. There's like 10 games, 9 games left for most teams. Gunnar Henderson's number 2 is high on this list. 89 cards of this have been sold. I'm going to make a bold prediction. It's not so bold. Yesterday, Ronald Acuna hit 40 home runs and has 68 stolen bases. So he's the 5th member of the 40-40 club. He is the first ever member of the 40-50 club and the first ever member of the 40-60 club. 2 stolen bases away from being the first ever 40-70 player. So I don't doubt that this time next week is going to be riddled with Ronald Acuna Jr. cards. So that's my bold prediction. This is not an excuse to go buy them because they are already trending up. This video is out and I promise you they're already trending up. So if you're going to buy stuff, I always talk about not buying it while these people are front and center in media headlines. That being said, buy what you want. I'm just letting you know that I like clockwork. This is what's gonna happen. Okay, and we can call me out on this video next week and we'll see. Gunnar Henderson's number 2 card. I digress. This is out of Topps Chrome. This card was about $2.49. It's now $4. Not bad. Nice little upgrade in the last 2 months. You don't see that very often post-release. 9s. $13.17. I told you people it's not worth grading base cards. Okay. If you get a 10, maybe. Even then, you 2x your money. So $40 for a 10. Next, we're going to go into our next category, and that is football. And guess what? Brock Purdy and Deion Sanders are just dominating this list. We're going to go into Brock Purdy because I want to see what happens with Deion Sanders cards if they manage to beat the Oregon Ducks this weekend. It's going to be very interesting, actually. I love the Deion Sanders story. This is not an excuse for you to buy Deion Sanders cards because I'm actually waiting in the sidelines, but it's crazy what he's doing for college football right now. Brock Purdy, his 2022 Panini Chronicles. As you can see, sales volume of all Purdy stuff is relatively healthy. 82, 67, 59, 53, 49, 44. I mean, this guy started off the season 3-0. San Fran looks dangerous. I think he's lost like 2 regular season games ever. Pretty wild. This guy was Mr. Irrelevant to very much relevant now. This card was $2.22 back in July. It is now $2.70, so a little bit of an uptick. That being said, PSA 10 copies, $82.51 now. However, says right here 1 sale per year, which means that there's not a ton of volume on something like this. So if you see this $82.51, the next one will probably not be $82.51. The more and more these come to market, the less this is going to cost, right? With supply, increase in supply, if demand doesn't meet that, the price drops. So keep in mind that this is a bit of an outlier because of volume. Okay. 9.5s are going for $27.46. Again, this is kind of like over 3x for a 9.5 versus a 10. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but if there was more volume, you'd see that they balance out. PSA 9s are going for $14.02. So again, not feasible to get a 9 here, but if you got the 10, if you were that person that got that 10 and sold it, congratulations. That is 20 times your money. Pre-graded, or sorry, the raw value, and then after you factor in grading costs, I mean, it might be 4x. So that, I mean, that's a really nice return. Next, we are looking at hacking. Preseason's started, not preseason. Camps have opened up actually. Camps have opened up. Cole Caulfield still top this list. Trevor Zegras is relatively high despite not having a contract still. Matty Beniers. We have Matty Beniers Black Diamond. We're going to feature something other than a young gun today. Let's do it. So 12 of these have sold. This is Matty Beniers' Black Diamond. Actually a very nice looking card. I like that the market's, I mean, fond of this card. $34.49 on this card. Ungraded, 1 sale per day. So a little bit better volume than 1 sale per year. Yeah, nice looking card. Not much to talk about here, mainly because Black Diamond just came out, right? So as this card and as this set matures in the market, you're going to see the true value of this card. I say this a lot as well. You know, when a product first releases, one of the worst times to buy a card that you like. Even if you really like that card, chances are the market's still trying to figure out what the price should be for that card. And once enough of them make their way onto the market, that's when you start getting true values of things. Okay, team? Next, we got racing. And we have someone new on top of the list, and that is Lando Norris. This is his 2020 Topps Chrome Formula 1 card, his rookie card. 6 sales in the last week. It's got that RC logo over here, the bottom right. $5.50 from when we started tracking this. It's up to about $7. PSA 10s are $48. 9s are $20. So this is another case where if you get that 10, it's a big increase. If you get that 9, you're lucky to break even. Next on our docket, we've got soccer. Messi, still very high on this list. 11 sales. So as you can see, sales volume is down. I will say that Champions League started this week, so you might see some volume up on players you don't normally see. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised to not see Jude Bellingham higher in this list. His tops now, actually, that's what we can go into right now. So 7 of these have sold. This is a gorgeous card. I've talked about this card for like 2 years. This is not an excuse to buy it. This is just a card I like. I personally hold one. I probably paid a lot more than $7. So this is why I'm able to make these suggestions to you, because I bought when it was, I don't know, probably $10-15. So now it's close to $6. I probably paid more than that, to be honest. It's a gorgeous looking card, like I've said already today. You've got Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham on this card. Very nice looking card. $35 for a PSA 10 though. So again, not very expensive. $16.25. As I always mention, this is not suggestions to buy or whatever, but I'm letting you know that when a card gravitates towards you, when you like what it looks like, those are the instances where you should be buying, right? Like if it's within your budget, obviously. But if a card speaks to you and you're like, I just like this card. It could be a $2 card. It could be a $5 card. It could be an $8 card, a $1 card. If that card speaks to you, that's what this hobby is all about. It's all about the collecting, right? And the photography, what that card means to you. So if you're ever triggered by something like that, and I mean triggered in a positive sense, that's one of those instances where I would recommend picking that card up. And that's essentially why I grabbed this one. Next on our list, UFC. Bo Nickel, still very high on this list. Hamzat Chimaev. 4 sales. 2021 Panini Chronicles. This is rated rookie. This card got as high as $3.25 back in March of 2023. It is down to about $1.21. PSA 10 copies are going for $40. 9.5s, $32. 9's $10. Definitely not worth it to grade this card if you get back a 9 or an 8. Yeah, I mean, the volume is not quite there for UFC, but we'll get there, right? We'll get there. Next on this list, wrestling. Hobby boxes are very prominent. We got Panini Prism 2023 all over the place. Blaster, Hobby, Select, and then Prism, sorry. Hulk Hogan, high on this list. We are going to go into Tiffany Stratton. For sales, we have $6.50. It's actually, our all-time high is not very far from, it's at $7.77 back in July of 2023. So clearly she's done something notable in the WWE space. They've come down just a little, more than a little bit. They've come down to about $5 since July. PSA 10s are $61. 9.5s are $38.93. And you got that 9 at $35 team. All right. As another little Easter egg for you guys, more than Easter egg, we're going to go through basketball wax as well, just because you guys stuck around this long. So if you go into the basketball category, you can actually scroll down and click basketball wax, and you will have pricing for some of the basketball wax. I mean, there's like wax for all of these, but we're going to go in some of them today. We got 90s hoops hobby box, $49.95. Donruss 2021, $182. So as you can see here, you have access to pricing for so many different products. If you buy wax, if you have some sealed wax, you have the opportunity to see exactly how much these boxes cost as well. So I wanted to make sure that I made a note of that for you all, because we've had a few people ask those questions in the comment section. Team, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the hottest sports cards of the week. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this with a friend. Let us know what we can add to some of these features and what your favorite card we featured today was. Coach Co and Sports Cards Pro are out of here. Love you guys. Peace.